It's about time, isn't it? Money in the Bank was quite the, eventful night. Finally, I'm holding the golden ticket to the championship that has always been avoiding me. Quick shout out to my old brother Mox for the assist. No matter how many times you stab me in the back, Roman, you know I'll always get back at you. And then I'm watching the main event, thinking to cash in this bad boy. But who do I see? Good old Disciple John. Looking killer, brother. Kind of like the new attitude, too. You know, it's never too late to patch things over and stand by the side of your Messiah once again. We got it all now. I've got the briefcase. You found your killer instinct. Just imagine the heights we could take this to this time around.
As you can hear, throughout this entire crowd is a mixed reaction when it comes to Mr. Money in the Bank, Seth Rollins. I don't really blame them. I'm a bit iffy myself about that man being Mr. Money in the Bank for this year. But right now, he's got a lot more on his plate because he's going one-on-one with the Samoan werewolf and Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, I mean, I think the fans are happy that Roman didn't get the briefcase, but also we've heard what Rollins was saying at the press conference to JTM, as now he's holding on to the rope.
Yeah, Seth Rollins, he thought better of that. It takes a lunatic to get in the ring with Jacob Fatu. Luckily for Seth Rollins, he knows somebody, and he just happens to be his tag team partner for tonight.
Yeah, now these two going at it. These two will find themselves in the cage of death at LockDown for the Extreme Championship. So we're getting a little bit of a preview.
Yeah, never in my wildest dreams would I imagine this day and age that Seth Rollins and Jon Moxley would team up against Roman Reigns and his bloodline, but that's the reality that we're living in right now. It's pretty surreal if you ask me. And now Roman Reigns trying to put his nose into the business of Jon Moxley and Jacob Fatu. I would say it didn't belong there, but this is a tag team match, so anything goes in that matter.
Yeah, you can't blame Roman too much here as Moxley is hurt on the outside. But there comes Jacob Fatu.
Now Jacob Fatu flying through the ropes, but he gets caught by Jon Moxley. X-Plex onto the freaking floor.
My God, and now Fatu gotta be hurt. This man can take a lot of pain, we've seen. But
that's good old Mox for you. Whenever he needs to, he can get just as vicious as Jacob Fatu and then some. But Roman Reigns getting his licks in, all right. And now Seth Rollins from the springboard. Meteora, no! It looked like a Meteora, but it might have just been a good old-fashioned knee to the face of the Tribal Queen.
Yeah, I think it was that knee that he usually goes for inside the ring. Now with an even higher height and bigger impact, you would assume there, as now he's taking his attention to Jacob Fatu, but he counters.
Oh, spine first into the apron goes the Messiah. And now the werewolf sniffing blood, getting ready to eat. And tonight's menu has Seth Rollins all over it, all right. I don't know if that's a pause moment or not. Rollins able to duck out of the way. Moxley from behind with that vicious lariat to the back of the skull of Jacob Fatu. As Earl Hebner trying to gain some order in this match once again as we get things back inside the ring.
You know, Mox looking for the pile driver, but Jacob Fatu holding on. And a back body drop. Nicely done by Jacob. And now Roman Reigns and Jon Moxley, ladies and gentlemen.
And this whole time, it seemed to me that Jacob Fatu was doing all the work. And now it's time for the Tribal Chief to live up to his name by going head-to-head with a former Shield brother of his. And these guys, they have a lot of history together. I remember that fateful day. I think it was the first time that Cage of Death was introduced, or at least during my tenure here in GCW. Jon Moxley, oh my God, I thought he was about to I thought he was about to walk away with the win there. Knocked him straight out. Shades of Eddie Kingston with that back fist of the future. But a kick to the midsection does Rollins. Oh, no. What a shot to the back of the head. And now, a cutter! Immense courtesy of the Lunatic Fringe! And now, Roman Reigns has the guillotine deeply locked in.
Yeah, that got him the win at Money in the Bank with Rey Fenix. And now, also, of course, in the Cage of Death back in the day, Roman put Jon Moxley in the guillotine.
Yeah, this is just like that Cage of Death match, but look at this! Springboard blockbuster assisting Jon Moxley. But Jacob Fatu quickly to dispose of Rollins, but Moxley might have just disposed of the werewolf with that paradigm shift.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And now the innovator of unscripted violence has his eyes set on the former GCW World Champion. But Roman Reigns knocks his block off with that clothesline.
Yeah, that was vicious and needed for Roman. It's now
Roman off the ropes looking for a spear. No, what a knee by Mox. But Roman Reigns bounces off the ropes, hits a Superman punch.
Spear.
But Jon Moxley is still on his feet. Spear,
no!
Headlock driver! Headlock driver as a counter to the spear!
These two know each other so well, and what a counter it was by Jon Moxley, and now both men are down.
Yeah, this is anyone's ball game right now. As Seth Rollins and Jacob Fatu finally get back up to their own 2 feet. Now eyeballing each other. One could only wonder what sick and demented shit that is going on in Jacob Fatu's brain.
Come on!
And now Jon Moxley looking to put an end to Roman's reign here.
Come on!
He wants to choke him out. That would
Trying
be...
to goad him into tapping out. But Jacob Fatu with that thrust kick off the face of Mox.
But there
Breaks
comes
that submission
Rollins.
hold up. And Jacob Fatu just using his own body as a weapon. Anytime he can get it. And now,
my
suicide
God!
dive by the Messiah takes out the werewolf.
And I think the head of Fatu hit into that barricade hard. That was a loud crash, ladies and gentlemen. It's now, oh no!
He might not have gotten all of it.
Yeah, he didn't have all the distance, but Rollins.
But it was just enough to deter Jon Moxley.
Oh my God!
Avoid the curb stomp and turn Rollins inside out.
Uh-oh, and now the tag. He turned Rollins inside out, and now here comes Fatu.
Now Jacob Fatu.
Uh-oh.
Looking to shock the world, looking to make a memorable GCW moment. What a mighty moonsault! Oh! Seth Rollins able to get out of the way!
Right in position!
And now Jacob Fatu is in harm's way. Curb stomp incoming! No!
What a counter!
Dropped by Fatu!
My God, this man is insane!
I thought for sure Rollins was gonna get the win there after hitting the curb stomp. With Jacob Fatu showing us all that brawn beats brain in this instance. Mighty moonsault once again lands perfectly onto the spine of Rollins. And Roman's werewolf wins the day.
What a recruit this has been for Roman.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are your winners, the team of Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu.
And there we see these two will meet again in the Cage of Death coming up at LockDown.
Yeah, let's not forget Jon Moxley and Jacob Fatu are on their way to the Cage of Death, possibly to dethrone Will Ospreay and gain the Extreme Style Championship. And not only that, it's Trios Championship time with a rematch for the century. The Blackpool Combat Club trying their hand again against the Bloodline for Trios Gold.
And this time in the LockDown cage, so there's no interference on the road to LockDown, ladies and gentlemen, coming up.
LockDown is shaping up to be a night for the record books. Bloodline have been nothing but dominant in the Trios division. But that could all change here and now as the Blackpool Combat Club are gunning for the belts once again. And I get the feeling we're going to witness some carnage. We're going to witness a war.
Yeah, we've seen them go at it at WrestleMania. Now tonight in the cage, it's going to be a whole different level as the firing squad is watching as Jon Moxley's stomping into the chest of Roman.
The firing squad watching helplessly on the outside. A trios match between these two factions was already chaotic enough. You add the lockdown cage into the mix? Well, we're in for something tonight, boys.
Yes, now Jimmy goes after Pac and Claudio, and then comes Moxley.
There's Jimmy Uso laying down the law here in this matchup, serving as a one-man army against the Blackpool Combat Club. Now Pac from the outside onto the apron, looking for a Hurricane just sends Roman Reigns damn near through the freaking cage.
Yeah, he's hanging in there as Jacob Fatu is very upset about that. But there's nothing he can do. He's not in the cage. But Jimmy punishing Pac here for what he's done.
Now Claudio using his superior strength to down Jimmy Uso. Right after Jey Uso, but Jey, runs right into that wood. Pause.
Yeah, Moxley bringing in the table. And now he's setting it up here in the middle of the ring. But super kick.
Super kick, and now Jimmy Uso chucking him through the rope, and you saw his chrome dome collide with the cage there.
Yeah, it looked super bad.
Open. It ain't a Jon Moxley match unless he's bleeding red. And now Jacob Fatu.
Oh, come on.
Trying to add insult to injury onto Jon Moxley by smashing his face further into the cage.
Well, and you see, even with a cage, the firing squad is still going to get involved. Obviously, a lot of bad blood forming between Fatu and Moxley as they will meet in the cage of death at Lockdown.
Jacob Fatu with a hip attack!
Oh my God!
Jon Moxley through the damn cage wall! We need security to get these animals out of here!
Yeah, I think you're right. It's now Jimmy and Jey are laying out Claudio onto the table.
Yeah, Claudio getting jumped by the Usos. There's no other way to put it. Jon Moxley is still feeling the effects of the wrath of the werewolf. And now Jey Uso looking to make his family proud by sacrificing his own damn body to put down Claudio Castagnoli.
Yeah, I would definitely take Claudio out of the match. But there's Pac.
Wait, Pac following Jey Uso. Now climbing right next to him. What the hell's Pac doing?
Oh my God.
Sends Jey Uso plummeting to near death.
Yeah, that was a bad fall for Jey, but watch out.
Now Pac from the top of the cage wall wipes out Jimmy Uso. But Roman Reigns does the same to Pac.
My God, Roman there at the right time.
There seems to be a pattern with Roman Reigns' matches. And I'm kind of surprised it took me this long to figure it out. He usually tends to sit on the sidelines and wait for his family to do all the dirty work just so he can land a finishing blow.
Yeah, you're right. And there he's doing that again. My God, Claudio landed bad.
I cannot imagine what it feels like to collide headfirst into that steel cage, people. But I can imagine that it don't feel too good.
Yeah, but Roman's strategy is paying off. As we see here what happened in the matchup.
Already, this has become a match to remember.
Yes, now Moxley is trying to get back into the fight. But Moxley, yeah, he doesn't look like he's quite all there yet. It's Roman.
Yeah, I don't think he's quite all the way there if you get my drift. Now
But there's
Pac
Pac.
trying to become the equalizer in this match against the Tribal Chief. Uranagi onto the outside!
Oh my God, and the back of the head of Pac hit bad into the cage. And right in front of the Fire Squad, but Moxley, cutter to Reigns. And maybe this is the opening the BCC needed.
Now Moxley looking to put Roman Reigns under.
Uh-oh.
Where the hell's he heading to? Yep. That's Mox for you. Looking for every which way to put Roman Reigns down for good. And he might just do it with this.
Oh my God.
Mental elbow drop from the top of the cage.
Oh no.
Jimmy Uso breaking the pin up and saving the championships for the Bloodline.
Yeah, that was well done by Jimmy.
Now Moxley using that piece of the broken table as a weapon, softening him up for that paradigm shift. I'm sorry, the Death Rider, I should say. But there's Jay.
And this is why these trios matches are so exciting. There's always someone there to break it up.
That's the thing when you're going up against the Bloodline. You gotta have eyes on the back of your freaking skull.
Yeah, you're right. And that super kick hit right on the jaws. Now Jay is going to go. Oh my God!
Lariat by Jon Moxley. And now Jey Uso, he's seeing stars all right, but he's about to see nothing but darkness after Jon Moxley hits this X-Plex. My goodness!
Oh my God! But Roman!
But there's Roman Reigns with the spear!
Oh no, not this way!
And there's Claudio Castagnoli! My God, it seems like this match is never gonna end!
Yeah, the trios division is so entertaining.
I'm having a hard time calling this matchup. There's just so much shit going on. And it's all thanks to the trios championship division! Pop-up European uppercut. Knocks the Tribal Chief's lights straight out.
Oh no. Super kick, but there's Pac.
Enziguri ducked by Pac. Drop kick to the side of the head of Jimmy Uso. And now Pac, he's got Jimmy right where he wants him.
Yeah, he's down from that drop kick.
The ropes.
Oh, but now the Enziguri connects, and Pac inside and out, and now Jimmy is back in control of the matchup, turning things around for the Bloodline, thinking perhaps for that hip attack onto Pac, but Pac sidesteps.
Pac with a vicious German suplex, European uppercut.
What a combo!
Jimmy Uso there. Now Claudio, could he be the one to put this match to rest? Looking for that neutralizer. He might just hit it onto Jimmy.
Oh,
wait
counter.
a second. Jimmy with that back body drop. Countered into the 1D.
Oh, one and done. And now Jay is holding back Pac. And look on the outside, Fatu holding Moxley. Come on.
Claudio kicks out.
My God.
What a miraculous moment for the Blackpool
But
Combat Club. But not for long as Roman hits that spear. Jacob Fatu holding Jon Moxley back, and the Bloodline remain the Trios champs.
Second title defense here for the Bloodline for the Trios championships.
The winners of this match, and still the GCW Trios champions,
I hate Roman with every fiber of my being, so that is why I have to say once again, I'm becoming a broken record at this point. Thank God for Jacob Fatu and the rest of the firing squad if you're Roman Reigns. Because without them, we might have seen the Blackpool Combat Club as our new Trios champions. And the fact of the matter is, Roman Reigns weasels his way into victory once again.
And in the main event of Lockdown, we will have a Lockdown cage match. 4 years in the making since the first one, being G-Man's debut match in GCW. We'll have G-Man put the GCW World Championship on the line against the Antichrist, Jeff Hardy.
It's becoming more and more apparent to me that this was always destiny, G-Man. 4 years ago, I beat you in your GCW debut match inside of the Lockdown cage. At this time, it didn't mean much to me, but now that I look down upon the world from 25,000 feet above, I can see it all. Back then, I didn't see that you'd become a powerful man, but the universe saw it, and it chose you to become my way to godhood. Power corrupts, G-Man, and we see what it has been doing to you. But don't worry, the weight on your shoulders is simply imaginary. At Lockdown, it's gonna vanish, because your part of the story has always been being a temporary fallen king that will give rise to the Antichrist.
I don't know what you got in that fucking joint, Jeff, but it seems like the real good stuff. Actually, you know what? I don't even think it's that. Because it seems like everyone comes walking right back in here with the same attitude lately. Kenny, Brian, and now you. Let's face it, you're all part of the old guard. You all look at me as this rookie that just got lucky and is just enjoying his few months in the sun. No. This is my locker room now. A lot has happened in the last 4 years. Where were all of you when Roman and the Bloodline were running roughshod around here, huh? Nowhere to be seen. You know, fighting that war has probably taken years off my life. So I'm gonna enjoy the privileges that come with having won it. I'm not the underdog anymore. I'm the man here now. I'm on top of the food chain, and I'm definitely not just a part of your story, Jeff. Honestly, the chances of me being the ending are way higher. I don't want you to sit there and look at me while getting it twisted, Jeff. The reason why you came back for one night, not even having to wrestle one match, and are already getting a shot at me and the GCW Championship isn't because of Vince, and it's not because of the fans, it's because of me, because I've been gunning for the chance to run it back with you. After all these years, you haven't changed a bit, and guess what? After all these years, I haven't forgotten what you did to my cousin. So at LockDown, I'm gonna return the favor properly this time. 1,000-fold! And after they're done scraping you off the canvas, you can start a whole new story in the Trios division, bitch.
Yeah, we're bringing you some Class A action here on GCW, featuring 6 of the best that this industry have to offer.
Yeah, G-Man teaming with Ospreay and Edge against the New Judgment Day, and controlled by Jeff Hardy, as Ospreay and Priest are starting it off hard.
Damian Priest proving just how much of a powerhouse he is as he's manhandling Ospreay. That's a former GCW World Champ. Razor's Edge incoming. Ospreay lands on his feet. For the hidden blade, but Damian Priest able to duck out of the way. Spinning high kick. Ducked by Ospreay. Look at that handspring. Pele kick. Gets caught. Choke slam. Ospreay counters again.
My God, this is insane. The speed, but Damian Priest with a Rana sends Ospreay to the outside.
What a sequence there by Priest and Ospreay as Dirty Dom watching on the outside. And now Priest looking to take flight. My God!
My God, you don't expect that from Damian Priest, but he completely took out the Extreme Champ.
I don't think Ospreay was expecting to go through that today.
Yeah, that's true, as now Damian Priest looking impressive, sending Ospreay into the ring.
G-Man and Edge, the tag team partners of Ospreay in this monumental match. Featuring the Judgment Day, as Finn Balor is looking to pick up the scraps that Damian Priest left behind with that plancha. But Ospreay's not going to go down without a fight.
Yeah, that was a nice boot by Ospreay, now into the ropes, going for the Rana, but Balor caught.
Double foot stomp onto Ospreay's sternum. That's not going to bode well for the former world champ. Now Finn Balor. He smells blood in the water. Looking to put more punishment onto the body of Ospreay, but Ospreay just way too damn quick. Once again looking for that Os cutter. Jeff Hardy with a low blow, and look at that! Finn Balor distracted the ref so that Jeff Hardy could do his signature move.
Yeah, that is
And
ridiculous.
there's G-Man. The champ breaking things up and defying Jeff Hardy, and now getting in his face. Yeah, you tell him, G. Yeah, tensions are high for that rematch at LockDown. As G-Man just letting Jeff Hardy know that he does not respect him one bit. But all that has to go flying out the window because we're in the middle of a match here. And Ospreay trying to be that one-man army, being moved by Edge. The Rated R superstar entering the fray here. G-Man, what the hell's he's got planned?
I think,
Look at that springboard corkscrew clothesline to Dirty Dom. He was aiming for Jeff Hardy, but instead he got Dominic Mysterio. Now Jeff Hardy punishing the Fallen King.
Yeah, nicely sent into the barricade there by Hardy, but watch out.
Ospreay with that plancha of his own. Taking down Hardy.
Man, fast and furious action here. We're just 3 minutes in.
To get to the top of this business, you have to throw caution to the wind, and that's something that Ospreay does on a daily basis. But now it's up to Edge to pick up the pace. Never mind, Ospreay. He's just a flame that won't stop burning.
Yeah, I think Ospreay and Balor are the legal man at the moment, as Ospreay took down Balor with that springboard forearm, and now thinking,
you gotta look into the mind of Ospreay. He has that cage of death match waiting for him at GCW LockDown.
yeah, that's true.
But he's still giving it everything he's got here in this matchup. Now Finn Balor looking for another double foot stomp. Ospreay able to escape. I think Jeff Hardy just tagged himself in.
Yeah, I think you're right. Behind Ospreay's
Could
back.
just be seeing things. Never mind.
Oh!
Sling blade by Hardy. My God, did you just see the way Ospreay just landed on his head?
Yeah.
And he still kicks out.
Yeah, I think Ospreay did not see the attack, and Hardy came out of nowhere with that sling blade attack, and it completely dropped Ospreay on the neck.
Jeff Hardy just disrespecting Ospreay even more. What a piece of garbage that man is right there.
Yeah, and Hardy, of course, knows the issues with the neck of Ospreay, and he's gonna work over that.
Oh. We already know the history of the bad neck of Will Ospreay. That does not help at all. As we get another look at this vicious sling blade. My God! I don't understand how Ospreay gets up in the morning without not being able to move from the neck down.
Yeah, that's true.
Any lesser man would have been paralyzed at this point in their career, but Ospreay, he just keeps on kicking.
Yeah, he has been on an insane schedule, not missing much time at all, as Ospreay counters the twist of hate with a hook kick.
There's G-Man. He's got Jeff Hardy in his clutches. I think we've seen this before. Oscutter. Yeah, that reminds me of their triple threat match at Mania with Roman Reigns.
Yeah, they have been using that move at times.
Judgment Day. All wearing battle scars from this fantastic six-man tag match. And now G-Man looking to get in on the action. Oh yeah, he's finally gonna get his hands on that bastard Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, it was important for Ospreay to get the tag to a much fresher G-Man, as he's thinking to finish Hardy right up with the suplex stunner, but Hardy, oh, come on. Hardy just laying down, similar to what Bryan Danielson did. And Money in the Bank, but oh, got him, no.
Now G-Man has him in position for the suplex stunner. Here we go, baby. Wait. Jeff Hardy able to counter. So does G-Man. Wait a second. I think you called this the Iron Fist.
Oh.
He got it. Smack dab on his jaw, but there's Dominic Mysterio.
Come on.
Helping Jeff Hardy save the matchup. I guess that's why they call him Dirty Dom.
Yeah, that could have been it.
Here comes Damian Priest, turns G-Man inside out with that lariat.
And the Judgment Day very efficient here tonight.
Yeah, the champ is rocked after that. He had this match won, damn it, after he hit that Iron Fist to the jaw of that piece of garbage, Jeff Hardy. And now I'm starting to hate Dominic Mysterio even more. And I didn't even know that was possible.
But look!
Oh, wait, Ospreay!
Oh, springboard, and Dominic goes through the announcer's table.
Ospreay with a monumental drop kick to the face of Dominic Mysterio, and he just plummeted to his damn near death.
But Hardy sends him into the post immediately. G-Man with the punch. Hardy, twist of hate.
Twist of hate to G-Man. With G-Man using the momentum to tag in Edge. Edge taking out Damian Priest off the apron. Now Jeff Hardy has an opening, or at least I thought he did. Flapjack onto the top rope.
Yeah, nicely scouted by the Rated R Superstar.
Now Edge revving up for that spear. Looking to cut Jeff Hardy in half. But wait! Finn Balor with a jumping elbow to the face of the Rated R Superstar.
But watch
Hook
out.
kick by Ospreay. He just comes in when you least
Uppercut.
expect it. Balor answers with a Pele kick. Now Ospreay with that fighting spirit, but he runs smack dab in the middle of a sling blade.
And did you see how Ospreay landed again?
I think that one has done Ospreay in. And Finn Balor senses that things might just be coming to an end here.
Yeah.
He's signaling for that John Woo drop kick. He's gonna kick him through the damn post.
Whoa!
But G-Man with a Devil Gene kick from out of nowhere. Now Hardy from the top.
Oh, Whisper in the wind.
Whisper in the
But
wind.
Edge!
Edge!
Oh my
Spear!
God! He got
Spear
him!
to Hardy!
He got him!
That's it! Count to 3!
Oh!
Oh! Damian Priest breaks it up! What a sequence! But it's not done. We're not done yet, people. Damian Priest has Edge right where he wants him.
Oh, but Edge important, able to escape into the ropes.
Spear attempt again. Edge gets caught.
No.
No. Hold on now. Wait a second.
Oh.
Razor's Edge to the outside on top of Ospreay and G-Man.
Yeah, that was it. A Razor's Edge to the outside. My
Jeff
God.
Hardy looking as pleased as ever to see Damian Priest clean house. Now it's Hardy who has Edge in a position of oblivion.
Yeah, this was basically gifted to Jeff Hardy by Damian Priest.
One more
Oh
twist
my
of
God.
hate to pull it all to rest. And that's it. The Judgment Day are victorious. What a hard-fought war between these 6 men. As you can see the disdain in the face of our champion as he watches Jeff Hardy figuratively raise his hand in victory against his own team. He-Man helping Edge to the back, paying respects to a legend.
Oh,
Is Ospreay? Huh? Ooh, wait a minute. Is that who I think it is? That's Karrion Kross!
what?
We have not seen that man in years!
Yeah.
And it looks like he has his sights set on Will Ospreay! And by extension, the Extreme Style Championship! The Judgment Day have built some momentum for themselves by defeating G-Man, Edge, and Will Ospreay in a 6-man tag. But that was a makeshift tag team. Today, they take on 2 men who are inseparable. But even then, Finn Balor is able to land that sling blade.
Yeah, and that was nicely landed on that taped up neck of Kenny Omega. We still know what happened to Omega at WrestleMania. Still has not 100% recovered from it.
There's a huge opportunity here for the Judgment Day to make an even bigger name for themselves by capturing the GCW Tag Team Championships. If I were either Damian Priest or Finn Balor, I would make it my life mission not to miss tonight.
Yeah, and I think they're not, as Balor got Omega set up for the coup de grace, and he's about to take off. Coup de grace, but Omega.
Kenny Omega able to get out of the way.
Oh.
Huge V-trigger off the jaw.
But watch out, Priest.
Now Damian Priest looking to pick up where Finn Balor left off.
And I think he is with his finishing maneuver, the Razor's Edge, and he's into the cover. New tag champs now.
Kota Ibushi with a huge knee right to the nose of Damian Priest.
Yeah, I think that would have been it.
That would have been catastrophe.
Yeah, but now Ibushi, I think he's turning his attention to Balor.
Ibushi with that cross slash moonsault lands it perfectly onto the head of Finn Balor.
Yeah, perfectly done by Kota.
Still got to make that tag.
Yeah.
Kenny Omega begging his best friend to make the tag. And he does!
Yeah, there we go.
Kota Ibushi is in the match with a bang off of that springboard drop kick. Damian Priest is down, but Kota Ibushi is nowhere near done, and there's Dirty Dom.
Take him
Sticking
down.
his nose where it doesn't belong. Narrowly escapes the wrath of Kota Ibushi. But the Golden Star better turn around.
Yeah, watch
out,
out,
Damian
Kota.
Priest at the ready to put on the punishment. South of Heaven choke slam blocked by Ibushi.
Ooh!
Huge roundhouse kick to the side of the head. Looking for a Kamagoye.
Yeah, that would be it, Kamagoye. But there's
From the
Balor.
top, coup de grace from Finn Balor. And now Damian Priest looking to capture the tag team championships with the South of Heaven choke slam.
Oh my God! My God!
Folds Kota Ibushi in half there, right on top of his neck. But Kenny Omega intercepts Finn Balor. Can he make it in time? He does. Breaking up the count and saving his championship reign does Kenny.
Yeah, Priest got that high angle onto the neck on that South of Heaven chokeslam. I thought that was it, but good for the Golden Lovers that Kenny.
Oh no!
No!
Dirty Dominic Mysterio with the underhanded tactics. Only
yeah.
he knows how. But Kota Ibushi puts a stop to it.
Yeah, but watch out!
Roundhouse kick ducked by Kota Ibushi. German
Oh,
suplex at
nicely
Damian
done!
Priest.
Into the cover! Into the cover! Ibushi got it for the
Damian
Oh.
still alive in this monumental tag
straight
team match. But
into
Kota
the-
Ibushi looking to change that fact with the Kamagoye. The trigger onto Finn Balor. Kamagoye!
Perfectly connected!
This could be the Golden Lovers' chance to finish things off, and they keep their titles.
Yeah, what a defense here tonight. Their first defense for the Golden Lovers in this tag team championship reign.
Yeah, an excellent matchup, but you know what? I'm gonna do something I should have done a long time ago.
Danny, where are you going, man?
Hey, Kenny, Kota, that was an impressive defense, but I got a real challenge for the two of you. How about at GCW LockDown, you put these championships on the line against the greatest team our great nation has to offer. Two of my best friends in the whole world, my brothers in the Secret Service.
What?
MJF and Austin Theory.
Danny, you haven't heard from them in like years. Like, what are you talking about? The Secret Service?